Iguazu National Park. The semicircular waterfall at the heart of this site is some 80 meters high and 2,700 meters in diameter and is situated on a basaltic line spanning the border between Argentina and Brazil. Made up of many cascades producing vast sprays of water, it is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in the world. The surrounding subtropical rainforest has over 2,000 species of vascular plants and is home to the typical wildlife of the region: tapirs, giant anteaters, howler monkeys, ocelots, jaguars and caimans. Located in Misiones Province in the northeastern tip of Argentina and bordering the Brazilian state of Parana to the north, Iguazu National Park, jointly with its sister park Iguaçu in Brazil, is among the world's visually and acoustically most stunning natural sites for its massive waterfalls. It was inscribed on the World Heritage List in 1984. Across a width of almost 3 kilometers, the Iguazu or Iguaçu River drops vertically some 80 meters in a series of cataracts. The river, aptly named after the indigenous term for great water, forms a large bend in the shape of a horseshoe in the heart of the two parks and constitutes the international border between Argentina and Brazil before it flows into the muddy Parana River less than 25 kilometers downriver from the park. Large clouds of spray permanently soak the many river islands in the surrounding riverine forests, creating an extremely humid microclimate favoring lush and dense subtropical vegetation harboring a diverse fauna. In addition to its striking natural beauty and the magnificent liaison between land and water, Iguazu National Park and the neighboring property constitute a significant remnant of the Atlantic forest, one of the most threatened global conservation priorities. This forest biome, historically covering large parts of the Brazilian coast and extending into northern Argentina and Uruguay, as well as eastern Paraguay, is known for its extreme habitat and species diversity, as well as its high degree of endemism. Around 2,000 plant species, including some 80 tree species, have been suggested to occur in the property, along with around 400 bird species, including the elusive harpy eagle. The parks are also home to several wildcat species and rare species such as the broad-snouted caiman. Jointly with contiguous Iguazu National Park in Brazil, which was inscribed on the World Heritage List in 1986, it constitutes one of the most significant remnants of the so-called interior Atlantic forest. Today, the parks are mostly surrounded by a landscape that has been strongly altered due to heavy logging, both historically and into the present, the intensification and expansion of both industrial and small-scale agriculture, plantation forestry for pulp and paper, and rural settlements. Jointly, the two sister parks total around 240,000 hectares, with this property's contribution being 67,000 hectares. Iguazu National Park and its sister World Heritage property Iguazu National Park in Brazil conserve one of the largest and most spectacular waterfalls in the world, comprised of a system of numerous cascades and rapids and almost 3 kilometers wide within the setting of a lush and diverse subtropical broadleaf forest. The permanent spray from the cataracts forms impressive clouds that soak the forested islands and river banks, resulting in a visually stunning and constantly changing interface between land and water. Iguazu National Park, together with the contiguous World Heritage property of Iguazu National Park in Brazil and adjacent protected areas, forms the largest single protected remnant of the Paranense subtropical rainforest, which belongs to the interior Atlantic forest. The rich biodiversity includes over 2,000 species of plants, 400 species of birds and possibly as many as 80 mammals, as well as countless invertebrate species. Rare charismatic species include the broad-snouted caiman, giant anteater, harpy eagle, ocelot and the jaguar. Next to the waterfalls along the river and on the islands, a highly specialized ecosystem full of life has evolved in response to the extreme conditions of the tumbling water and soaking humidity.